Hi Vikrant, just a second. Okay. So hello everyone, and welcome to Digimento. So let's start. Okay. So hi Vikrant, hi Vanaja, hi Manish, hi Gajalakshmi, hi Rani, hi Nazrina. So hello everyone and welcome. Okay, welcome to Digimento. So let's start today's session. Okay. So hi Lipika. Manish, when is the exam? Admit card is not available. It's on 11th of November, if I'm not wrong. Lipika, good evening. And Shiokant, hi, hello. So, welcome. We were discussing about research aptitude. So, this is unit 2 in our paper 1. So, this is research aptitude in your unit 2. Okay. So, yeah. So, this is the module, the first module. So, in the first module, we will be discussing about the research, meaning, types of research, the characteristics of research, positivism, post-positivistic approach to research. So these are the topics that we will be discussing, or these are the important things that we will be discussing in this module. So let's start. Yesterday we have already started this module. So let's start today. Irene, hi, hello. And Viji, hi ma'am, your videos are very good. Thank you so much, Viji. Thanks a lot for your support. Now let's begin. So if you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please do subscribe, and also please do press the bell icon for receiving the notifications. And if you are preparing for GATE, NTA, UGC NET or PGT Computer Science, you can avail our online courses. So we are providing you online courses for all these exams, so you can avail any of them. And for that, details of those programs, you can either visit our website, that is www.digimento.com, or you can call to this number for getting more details about the courses that we provide. Okay, so this is the about the online classes. So more number of students have joined. Vikrant, hi. And Senthil, hello. Rajan, good evening. Hi, Rajan. Vikrant, after a long time I'm attending class, ma'am. Yeah, welcome back, Vikrant. And what happened in between? Meanwhile, what happened? Why you were not able to attend the sessions? Anyway, welcome back. Okay, welcome back. Now let's start. Okay. So yesterday we have already discussed about research. What is research? What is the meaning of research and all that? Okay. So yeah, this we have completed. So how to undertake a research study to find answers, this also we have completed. Okay. Characters of research. Yeah. So I think we were discussing about types of research. So Vikrant has commented that there is an internet problem. So is there a problem for anybody else, so that I can check my internet connection? Am I audible? Is everything okay at your end? If anybody else is having any problem, let me know. Okay. And Meenachi, hi, good evening. And Vikrant, daily timing. Vikrant, now these days I'm taking classes only at 8 o'clock. Okay. So now I'm taking classes at 8 o'clock. 8 p.m. is the daily timing. 40 to 45 minutes. Maximum 45 minutes. Because I think you have the next session at 9 o'clock. So maximum I'll take only for 45 minutes. Okay. So yeah, I'll just even though we have completed based on application and based on objectives what are the classification, we will just revise them and then continue. Okay, so research broadly we can classify into research which is based on application, research based on objectives, and based on inquiry mode. So these are the three types of broad classification of research. Now under research which is based on application, research can be pure research or applied research. So these are the two kind of research based on application. So based on the application. Okay. Now based on the objectives, that is the goal. So based on goal, research can be of three types: descriptive, correlational and four types: descriptive, correlational, explanatory and exploratory. So yeah, so based on objectives, four types. Okay, 4, 2. Then based on inquiry, it can again be classified into two, which is structured research and unstructured research. So these are the broader classifications of research. So we will take up each one of them. Now based on application and based on objectives, I think we have already completed yesterday, but quickly we will see what it is, just for your revision purpose. Okay, I'm just taking up the comments. Vikrant, after higher education, which topic started and how many classes are over? Okay, after higher education system, did you attend the entire higher education? Then I think there were only 2 sessions which were previous year questions. So we put a post to previous year questions and we started research because many students were asking for research. But once we complete one module of research, then we will take up questions. Like that we will simultaneously take, okay? So that both will be finished and you will not get bored also. Because research is a kind of very dry topic. It's all like theory, so you may get bored. Okay, that's why. Okay, Senthil, low audio. I don't whether it's my side or yours. Now it's okay. Okay, if anything is there, let me know. Eklisha, hi, good evening Eklisha. And Irene, how many questions may ask from topics, this topics in net? So basically there are 50 questions from paper 1. And from research you will get good number of questions. The reason being that the JRF examination, it's all research based exam. So because your JRF exam is also combined with your NET examination, you have a probability of getting more questions from this topic. Okay. Research, how many classes are over? Vikrant is asking me. Just one class. Yesterday we started with research, Vikrant. Okay. So yeah, let's see. Based on application. So based on application, we can divide research into two. One is pure research and the other one is applied research. So we said that pure research is basic research. That's why it's called fundamental research. That is basic research. So basic research is carried out and it involves developing and testing theories and hypotheses that are intellectually challenging to the researcher. It may or may not have a practical application at present time or in the future. So this is what. And knowledge produced is sought in order to add to the existing body of research methods. So this is only fundamental in nature, which means that only basic research is done. So it's not necessary that it will have a practical application. So this is just to add to the knowledge. If you remember, we discussed it yesterday. So this is to add to the knowledge base, not for practical application. Next is applied research. Now, applied research is action research. Now, action research. So, applied research is also called a action research. It is done to solve specific practical questions for policy formulation, administration and understanding of the phenomenon. So, applied research is done in order to solve specific. That means, specific means particular, okay, practical questions. That is application level. So practical questions or application level questions for policy formulation, that is to formulate or to frame policies, administration and understanding of a phenomenon. So these are the objectives of applied research. It is exploratory but usually descriptive. So it's exploratory in nature, but it is usually descriptive in nature. So descriptive means giving descriptions. Now, see, I'm explaining this once again, because one purpose is to revise. The second purpose is that many students were not attending the class yesterday. So that's why I'm revising. Please don't mind. Others who have attended the class yesterday, consider this as a revision. I'm really sorry because I understand that there are many students who did not attend the class yesterday. So that's why I'm just taking a recap of the types of research. Okay, because questions can come from this portion. So that's why. Now, it's always done on the basis of basic research. So we said that the basic research is pure research. Now, Applied research is done on the basis of pure research. Okay. Next is the research based on objectives, how the research can be classified. First one is descriptive research. So descriptive, what is meant by descriptive research? Descriptive means to describe. It attempts to describe systematically a situation, a problem, a phenomena or service or a program, or provides information about the living condition of a community, or describes attitudes towards an issue. So this is descriptive research. So descriptive research, it attempts to describe systematically a situation. So it attempts to describe, okay, a situation, a problem, phenomena or a service. So this is descriptive in nature. That means it's elaborate in nature. So descriptive means elaborate. Now, next is correlational research. Now, correlational means the relationship between each other. So, correlation, how it is related to each other. Now, correlational research is done to discover or to establish the existence of a relationship between two or more aspects of a situation. So, correlational research, the purpose is to discover or to establish the existence of a relationship between two or more aspects. That means it can be two variables also. So how two variables are related to each other. This is what is learned here. Next is explanatory research. Explanatory, in the term itself it's given, it tries to explain. So explanatory research, it attempts to clarify why and how there is a relationship between two or more aspects of a situation or a phenomena. So explanatory, it tries to explain the relationship. It tries to explain the relationship. Now, exploratory research, it is undertaken to explore an area where little is known, or to investigate the possibilities of understanding a particular research study. So, exploratory research is undertaken to explore an area. So, to explore, to find out new things. Explore means to find out new things. To find out new things or to explore an area where little is known, or to investigate the possibilities of undertaking a particular research study. To explore something, to explore either the possibility of a study in a particular area. Okay. Next is based on inquiry mode. So this is where we stopped yesterday. We stopped at exploratory research. So today we are starting from structured research. Based on inquiry, we will see structured and unstructured approach of research. Okay. From here we will be starting today. Now, based on inquiry mode, that is the mode of or the method adopted for inquiry. First one is structured approach. Structured approach is called quantitative research. Why it is called a quantitative research is because the research is, or the data collected in after the research is represented in number terms. That's why it's called a quantitative research, or in quantities. It is represented in quantities. Now, research process. Let's see what it is. The objectives, the design, the sample and the questions that you plan to ask of respondents are predetermined. So here the research process is predetermined. That means earlier itself there is a planning regarding the research process. So how the research needs to be carried out, the planning is done earlier at an early stage. Okay. So research process, that is the objectives of the research. Objectives means why the research is being carried out. Now, what is meant by research design? Design means the plan. Okay. So research design means the plan, how the structure of the research, how it should be carried out. Then the sample. Sample means the sample population. So how the sample should be collected, or who will be the target sample population, and the questions that you ask, or questions that you plan to ask the respondents. That is the type of data that you want to collect from the respondents. All these are predetermined under the structured approach. So based on inquiry mode research, the first classification is structured approach, and in structured approach everything is pre-planned. Before the research is being carried out, everything is determined. Now it's appropriate to determine the extent of a problem, issue or a phenomena by quantifying the variation. So it is appropriate to determine the extent of a problem. So the extent of a problem, issue or phenomena by quantifying the variation. Now example, how many people have a particular problem. So this kind of research, that is the structured approach or quantitative research, it is appropriate, or this kind of research is good to determine the extent of a problem, or till what is the level of that problem or a issue, because this helps in quantifying the issue. You can put the issue in number terms, so that's why this is appropriate. Now an example is how many people have a particular problem. So to find out how many people, suppose for example, how many people have a particular disease, so this has to be put in number terms. So this is based on inquiry mode, the first classification, that is the structured approach. Next one is unstructured approach. So let's see what is an unstructured approach. Now after finishing this, I'll ask you questions and also you can ask me questions. Okay. So yeah, because this type of research and all, it's important and you will get questions. As I told you, the reason is that JRF exam is combined with your NET exam. So JRF is Junior Research Fellow. So their research is given so much of importance. So you can expect a lot number of questions. So that's why. Now coming to unstructured approach. Okay. Unstructured approach, it is called qualitative research. Now quality, the quality of something, it cannot be measured in numbers. So cannot be measured in numbers. So this is qualitative research which cannot be measured in terms of numbers. Now the objective is to describe the variation in a phenomena. So the objective of carrying out qualitative research is to describe the variation in a phenomena, that is the changes in a phenomena. So changes in a phenomena. I'll give you an example. Suppose the price of onion. Okay, you have the data for 2005 and you have the data for 2019. So here you can actually go for a qualitative research, because here we are making a comparison, or the variation, decrease is there or increase is there, to find out the inflation rates. So the objective is to describe the variation in a particular phenomena, to find out whether there is any variation in a phenomena. It allows flexibility in all aspects of the research process. So it has got a wide flexibility. So flexibility in all aspects of the research process, and it's appropriate to explore the nature of a problem. So it's good to explore the nature of a problem, issue or phenomena without quantifying it. So this helps to analyze an issue or to describe an issue without quantifying, without putting it into numbers. So without putting it into numbers, we will be able to identify, explore a problem or a phenomena. Now example is historical enumeration of events. So if you want to enumerate or number the historical events, then you can do that using unstructured approach. Now next we are moving to positivism and post-positivism approach. So for those who are attending the classes for the first time from research today, and those who have attended it yesterday onwards, you can go through what we have learned, because I want you to clarify this and move forward, because all these things are almost similar and it's very confusing. So if you have any doubts, please come up with that. I'll give you 2 minutes for that. So please go through your notes or whatever you have written, or I can even show you the slides so you can go through them. So let me know if there is any doubts, especially when it comes to types of research, because I have seen many questions from types of research. Okay, so please go through them and let me know if you have any doubts. Okay, please take some time and okay. Okay, can you share? Okay, first slide is wait a second. Okay, Lipika, ma'am, what is the difference between qualitative and quantitative? Okay, I'll explain that. Can you share the slides or notes? Sure, I'll share it on Telegram channel. Now also, I can just share it with you. Okay. Scientific method consists of then how to undertake a research study to find answers. Okay. Ma'am, what is hypothesis and null hypothesis meaning? Okay, I'll explain that. Actually, we will study what is hypothesis and null hypothesis, but now also for your understanding, I'll explain that. Don't worry. So, I'll take up all the doubts together, okay? So, others also, if you have doubts, put it. I'll okay, share notes. I'll share it with the team and they'll share it on Telegram, okay? So I think no other doubts. So we will take up what Lipika has asked and Vikrant has asked me, okay? Okay, so Lipika, the difference between qualitative research and quantitative research. Now, qualitative means this cannot be expressed in numbers, whereas quantitative it is expressed in terms of numbers. I'll give you examples so that you will understand. Now, for example, quantitative research, tables, graph, all these are quantitative, which means it shows numbers. So how many. So this is quantitative, whereas qualitative research, it is not expressed in number terms, but it shows the trend or what you say, the variation. Okay, so this cannot be expressed in terms of numbers. So this is the only difference. Now next question is hypothesis, null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. So hypothesis means the assumption made by the researcher. So hypothesis is the assumption made by the researcher. Now the researcher cannot simply make an assumption. It is based on facts, evidence, scientific methods, etc. So after studying a particular issue, after collecting the data, after doing some research, the assumptions made by the researcher is the hypothesis. Now, there are basically two types of hypothesis. This is the broader classification. One is null hypothesis and next one is alternate hypothesis. Now, what is null hypothesis? In null hypothesis, the researcher assumes that there is no relationship between two variables. So, two variables 1 and 2. So, under null hypothesis, the assumption is that there is no correlation, not relation but correlation between the two variables. Whereas in alternate hypothesis, the researcher assumes that there is a relationship between two variables. All these we will discuss in detail. Okay, don't worry about it. We will be discussing this in detail. Okay. Telegram channel link is Digimento. It's a public channel, Digimento Education. You can join it. Okay, no issues. Okay. How can I get your notes? Anudeepa, we will share all the notes in the Telegram channel. You can get it from there. Okay. So yeah. Now I think we will continue. Okay. So I hope there is no other doubts. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Meenakshi, research ethics. We will come to it, Meenakshi, in detail, but I'll just tell you now what is research ethics. Research ethics means the researcher, while conducting the research, certain things has to be kept in mind. One, for example, unbiased. He or she should be unbiased in selecting the sample population or things like that. Then again, other research ethics means certain values that the researcher has to keep while conducting the research. That is research ethics. Certain morals and values that the researcher has to bear or has to inculcate while doing the research. Like for example, transparency, accuracy, relevance of the data, or it can be unbiasedness. So all these are some of the values that the researcher should hold. Okay. Now next we will come to positivism and post-positivism approach. So let's see what is positivism and post-positivism. First we will see what is positivism. So positivism, it argues for the existence of a true and objective reality that can be studied by applying the methods and principles of natural sciences and scientific inquiry. Don't worry, I'll explain. So Positivism means it argues for the existence of a true and objective reality. Now, what is meant by objective reality? Objective reality means that it is based on some facts, or scientific data. Facts or scientific data. So this is meant by objectivity. Okay. So positivism means, positivism says that there is an existence of, or there is a true and objective reality, and how this objective reality can be studied. It can be studied by applying the methods and principles of natural sciences and scientific inquiry. So positivism is nothing but it talks about the application of science and facts and evidences to find out true and objective facts or reality. So I hope you got it. Means you have to apply science, you have to apply logic, you have to be objective. Now when we study further, we will understand. I don't think it's very important for you, but just telling you. For example, Karl Marx. So Marxism. So Marxism had put forward certain theories. So these theories were not based on scientific evidences. There were many philosophers who criticized these theories. So that can be because it does not take a positivist approach. So under positivism, what is more important? The facts that we find out, or the findings of a research or findings, it should be based on true and objective reality. So how you can get true and objective reality? Only by the application of science or scientific data or scientific approach can give you a true and objective reality. Now, the role of the researcher is to provide material for the development of laws by testing the theories. So, under positivism, what is the role of a researcher? So, as a researcher has to provide material for the development of laws for testing various theories. So, this is the objective. Now, let's take up the comments. Meenakshi, what is meant by research? Okay, I have told you. Then clear for Lipika, noob, telegram link. It's Digimento Education. It's a public channel. You can join that. Okay, for Meenakshi also it's clear. Now, what are the principles that the positivists believe? Okay, what are the principles believed by the positivist? Now, the first principle of positivism is phenomenalism. So, what is meant by phenomenalism? It is knowledge confirmed by senses can be regarded as knowledge. So, phenomenalism means that knowledge, that is a set of knowledge, if it is only confirmed by the senses, that means if you have seen that, if you have heard about that, only then, if it's confirmed by the senses, only then it can be considered as knowledge. Now, when we discuss about positivism, the first thing or the most important thing that you should keep in your mind is that positivism is all about science. So, it follows science and it is based on scientific evidences and scientific principles. Now, phenomenalism says that knowledge confirmed by the senses can be regarded as knowledge. Next is deductivism. So, deductivism, the purpose is to generate hypotheses that can be tested to make laws. So, deductivism. Third one is inductivism. To gather the facts provides the basis for laws and knowledge. That means the knowledge should be based on facts. Okay. So, only based on facts you can have the knowledge. Next is objectivism. Science should be value free. So, science should be value free, that is objectivism. Value free, why? Because science or scientific data, it cannot be based on values. Here values doesn't mean ethics. So, here values means that you cannot simply bring out certain facts or you cannot bring some findings based on values. So, it should be backed by science. So, science should be value free means that science is based on evidences. Okay. Next is scientific statements. So, these are the principles that the positivists believe in. So, these principles are important. You need not by heart them. That's what I told you. This is the clue for you, or this is the trick for you how you can remember the positivist principle. So, positivist principle is all based on scientific data, science. So, science, you know how science is. Science is based on facts. It is based on evidences. It is based on logic. It cannot go simply with some philosophies, or it cannot go along with certain, assumptions or anything. No, it's not an utopian concept. It is based on facts. So, whatever principles the positivists have, it is based on science and scientific knowledge. So, that is how you can classify or understand what are the principles in a positivist approach. Now, we will come to post-positivism. So, with that, we will finish this module, and I think today we will be able to finish it. So, coming to post-positivism, it is developed as a result of criticism of positivism. Now, positivism, it's just based on scientific facts. Now, as a result of criticism against positivism, post-positivism was framed, okay, or developed. Now, if you have any doubts regarding positivism, you can ask me now. Vijay Kumar, hi. Hello, Vijay. Just a second. Okay. Now, post-positivism. Post-positivism is developed as a result of criticism of positivism. So, because of certain criticisms against positivism, post-positivism was developed. Now, are you able to hear me? I have some network issue here, so that's why. Are you able to hear me? Post-positivism is developed. Sorry. Yeah, audible. I was getting some network issues here, so I thought in your side also it's there. Okay, clear. Now, because of criticism against positivism, this was developed, and the aim of post-positivist research is also a prediction and explanation. So, prediction and explanation. So, this is the objective or the aim of post-positivism. Post-positivists believe in the existence of a single reality. So they believe in the existence of a single reality. That is only one reality. But what is the difference? They acknowledge that reality can never be fully known and efforts to understand reality are limited owing to human being sensory and intellectual limitations. Now, this is post-positivism and this is the difference between positivism and post-positivism. Now, we said that post-positivists also believe in the existence of single reality. This is similar to positivism. So, both of them believe that there is only one reality. But what is the difference? Post-positivists, they acknowledge the fact that reality can never be fully known. So, they accept that reality cannot be completely known and efforts to understand reality are limited because of the intellectual limitations of human beings. There are limitations in understanding the reality to its fuller sense. So they accept the fact that reality cannot be fully known. Okay. Now, like positivists, they strive to be objective, neutral and ensure findings fit with the existing knowledge base. So this is the similarity between positivist and non-positivist. So like the positivist, the post-positivist, they strive to be objective, they try to be neutral and they ensure findings fit with the existing knowledge base. And they acknowledge and spell out predispositions that may affect the objectivity. They acknowledge and spell out predispositions that affects the objectivity, which means that nobody can find the ultimate reality to its complete sense. There are certain flaws or there are certain limitations in finding the ultimate reality. This is accepted by the post-positivist. So this is the post-positivist approach and positivist approach. I hope it's clear for you. So this is all with this module and we have finished this module. So tomorrow we will start with module 2 or either questions. So it depends. Let me see the possibility of both. Okay. Accordingly I'll do. And today we are winding up for now. I'll see you again tomorrow. You take care and study well. Bye-bye.